So Bitcoin is obviously down an incredible amount over the past few months, but what if I told you guys that the bottom is not yet in? And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly where I think that bottom could be here over the next few weeks, as well as some key levels to keep an eye on and what could trigger a breakdown for this market over the coming days. Now, before we get started, I do want to say that none of the content in this video is financial advice because it is always just my opinion. So in today's video, we are going to talk about Bitcoin. I'm going to do most of this analysis on the 4-hour time frame because I do think that this is incredibly relevant to what is happening right now. Okay, so looking at the 4-hour chart, first and foremost, we obviously have this ascending channel that formed here off of the recent low down here around 17,600. Now, I know a lot of people think that this is the macro bottom for BTC. I tend to disagree with that, and I think a lot of people think this is the bottom just because for a long time, everybody was thinking if we did see a bear market that we'd see, Bitcoin around $20,000 and then we would see it bounce. And we've seen that. Okay, we got the bounce. We saw, just below $20,000. And so I think a lot of people right now are thinking, okay, the macro bottom's in and we should start to move higher from here. Now, I tend to disagree with that. And for one main reason, okay, the S&P 500 right now, Bitcoin and the S&P 500 have been tracking each other ever since this sell-off started. And right now, BTC is off its all-time high by quite a bit, but the S&P 500 is only off its all-time high by 19%. Okay, 20% is the start of a bear market. So 19% is nothing. If we see a bear market, a true bear market for the S&P 500, and we enter a recession, which I personally think that we're already in a recession, then we could very well see the S&P 500 drop, 30, 40, if not 50%. And look, if BTC is hovering around $20,000, while the S&P 500 is off its all-time high by just 19%, then what happens if the S&P 500 is off by 30 or 40 or 50%, right? We're going to see Bitcoin a lot lower than $20,000. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Now, how low could it go? We'll have to wait and see. I think at some point BTC will start to strengthen against the S&P 500 once it gets to low enough levels. But with that said, I don't think that the bottom is in just yet, okay? I do think that over the next few weeks that we are likely to see lower prices here for Bitcoin and really risk assets in general. So when we look at the Bitcoin chart, the 4-hour time frame, we have this ascending channel that we talked about. Now we also have an inverse head and shoulders that a lot of people were talking about. And I was talking about this to Crypto Academy members, which by the way, if you guys do enjoy this content, I do this every single day. I analyze 4 to 6 markets for Crypto Academy members. I have a link in the description for $1 for 7 days. So you can get access for 7 days, try it out for $1, see if you like it. If you don't, you can cancel. But we have, the daily newsletter. I put out a daily video, and we also have the private Discord where we talk about markets in there. I share, my trades in real time, and I also post chart updates throughout the day. Okay, so most of the content, most of my time throughout the day is spent there in the Crypto Academy Discord. So once again, see the description for that link. Okay, so this inverse head and shoulders. I know a lot of people are looking at this, and the objective for this is somewhere up here around 25. Now, that makes a lot of sense because there is a lot of confluence up there in that area. However, a lot of times when you see a pattern that is this obvious, okay, like this inverse head and shoulders, especially within an established downtrend, this ends up becoming a trap for buyers, okay? A lot of buyers get trapped in this move right here. And I think that's what we could see play out over the coming days. Now, to be clear, BTC would have to close below this level right here, okay, at least on a 4-hour closing basis in order to confirm that fake out. Because as of right now, this level is still intact as support. But if this area right down here, okay, around 20,300 or so does fail over the next, let's say 24 to 48 hours, then it would confirm that this up here is a fake out and we likely get that extended move in the opposite direction. So that's one thing to watch. Now, the other thing to watch here is going to be this area right around 19.8, okay, 19,800. This is the big macro level, the big multi-year level for Bitcoin, to where I do think this is going to be a strong level where if we got to close below this trend line, okay, this neckline here, then you have to be careful trying to short because 19.8 is just below that. Okay, so what we could see if we get a breakdown is a close below here, a bounce back here to retest this area, And then I think from there, it's going to be, key to see where this market goes. But a daily close back below 19.8, guys. And I do think we are looking at Bitcoin back towards 17.6 and potentially around 16. Okay. So for a near-term bottom for Bitcoin, where I think we could see a significant relief rally develop, I'm looking at this area just above 16. Okay, and a lot of that has to do with the analysis I've done on the total crypto market cap chart that, once again, I talk to Crypto Academy members about pretty much every single day. But this area just above 16, I do think that that's going to provide significant support for BTC if we do see that leg lower. But once again, the market is still technically above support, so you have to respect that. Now, one other thing too that we did see here recently, speaking of fake outs, and I've talked about this before on Twitter, but you could literally make a trading portfolio that deals with nothing but fake outs on, the 4-hour time frame and the daily time frame. And you would outperform 99% of traders. So we saw here on the 4-hour time frame, we had this level right here, very clearly resistance. Okay, even through here, you can see where the market was having trouble getting above it. We then saw the 4-hour close above, 4-hour close right back below, retest as new resistance. Okay, so when you're trading these kind of fake outs, what you want to look for is you wait for the close above, you wait for the close back below, and then you wait for the retest. Okay, so this right here is your trigger, and this is your entry. And that would have been a pretty decent short, from 21.5 down here to current levels around 26. So that's just one idea when you're looking at these markets. If you're searching for, a trading strategy that fits with your personality, and something that has an incredibly high hit rate, because these do, the win rate on these things is ridiculous, then that's something to pay attention to. So once again, I think that BTC is likely headed lower to take out this low down here, the one that a lot of people think is the macro bottom. And I think from here, we get a significant relief rally around 16,000 if we do see that level. Now, once again, though, this level is technically still intact as support, as is 19.8. Okay, so you have to respect that potential for that move higher as long as these levels are intact as support on the 4-hour time frame. But I personally would love to see that move lower, see Bitcoin take out this low down here to really give us that bottom, because a lot of times what happens is everybody thinks that this is the bottom back here. They start longing this market through here, and they think, all right, we're in business now, we're headed higher up toward 25,000, and then you get the market that takes out this low down here, right? It liquidates everybody who got in, and then we actually get the true relief rally. Okay, so I think that's what we're looking at here for BTC over the next few weeks. But as far as the long term for the rest of 2022, I think you have to be really careful saying that even this is the macro bottom, because once again, the S&P 500 is off its all-time high by just 19%. So if we see a recession, or if we're in a recession now, and we see the market really start to unravel and the S&P 500 is off by, 25, 30% or 40%, then I think we're looking at Bitcoin, potentially even lower than 16,000 over the next 6 months. But if you're looking for trading opportunities or even a place to accumulate in cash, then I think that this area down here around 16 is a no-brainer. But of course, that's if we get it, because right now BTC is still above this trend line up here. All right, so right now, personally, I would love to see the market take out that low at 17.6, give us that true bottom for the market. But it's going to take a close below 20,300 and also that area around $19,800 on a daily closing basis in order to do that. So that's it for today's video. And again, if you did enjoy this content, be sure to see the description for that $1 for 7-day link to the Crypto Academy membership area. I think you're going to love it. And if you don't, again, you can always cancel if you don't enjoy it. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel, click that bell icon, and also smash the like button. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.